Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl Butler, and you're listening to the Mighty Mommy's Quick and Dirty Tips podcast, which will help make your life as a parent a little bit easier and a lot more fun. Welcome! Today's episode is number 352, titled 5 Ways to Cut Back on Family Chaos. And with the holidays on tap, now's the perfect time to get things under control. Whether you have one kid or 8 like I do, every family seems to have their moments of chaos. One of my best friends is a proud stay-at-home dad of 2 young boys, and although he likes to tease us that he bakes the meanest double chocolate chip cookies in the neighborhood, he also admits that he frequently loses his patience and sanity because his family never sits still long enough to stop and smell the roses. And then there are my working mom BFFs who thrive in the office, yet when the weekend hits, their family lives are often hanging by a thread because they're always running frantically in too many directions. If your family is in a similar boat, don't worry. With Mighty Mommy's tips, you can take your family from chaos and confusion to a more serene and orderly way of life. Tip number 1. Create family rituals. One of my fondest memories growing up as the oldest of 5 siblings were our family rituals. No matter how busy we were, or regardless of whether things were peaceful or we were riding the storm of a crazy period, we had certain rituals we could always count on to help us connect and stay united as a family. One of those rituals was our bedtime stories. Every night before we went to bed, one of my parents either read to us or told us a story that they would make up, no matter what. This story ritual not only gave us something to look forward to each night, my mother admits now, all these years later, that it always helped her regain her composure after a hectic day too. Recent studies have shown that having rituals, whether it be our morning routine of having a cup of coffee after we feed the dog, or having our child set the table for dinner each night, actually make us happier. Rituals can help us savor the present without us even realizing it, which can in turn make us appreciate the simple moments in our day-to-day lives. Hey, don't be discouraged, however, if you don't have many traditions in place just yet. The beauty is that you can start them anytime, any place, and your newfound traditions will still have a positive impact on your entire family, regardless of how old they are. For more ideas, see my episode titled 6 Ways to Create Family Traditions. Tip number 2, declutter. Take a look around your living space right now. What do you see? Is your home orderly, offering up a spacious feel where you can sit, relax, and enjoy your own thoughts or chill out peacefully with your family? If so, that's great. Or do you see toys strewn about in nearly every room? Piles of magazines, unfiled paperwork, old newspapers, recyclables, etc., stacked on almost every empty surface and counter in your home. Never mind what's going on in the corners of your bedroom, under your bed, or in your garage or attic. If it's the latter, no wonder your household isn't a constant source of chaos. I know because my family was there as well. If you want to tone down your family's chaos level, decluttering and getting organized is a great place to start. Check out my colleagues' Get It Done Guy and Domestic CEO's conversation for some simple and strategic ways to get your clutter under control. Tip number 3, unwire. Literally. One reason today's families are reeling with constant chaos is because of our easy access to the digital world we live in. Yes, technology can truly make our lives easier and more efficient, but at the same time, it can also cause us to become overwhelmed with an unhealthy abundance of noise, internet stimulation, and information overload. One way to wean your family off of chaos is to unplug literally for a set period each day and get back to basics, spending time simply talking to one another, reading, playing with your family pets, or doing something physical like playing in the yard, riding bikes, or walking through the neighborhood or park. When you quiet the mind, you can also quiet the chaos. Tip number 4, get unscheduled. This tip is probably one of the most difficult for families to do. Cut back on their obligations and commitments and simplify their weekly schedules by eliminating 1 or 2 activities and instead staying home. If you can even drop just one of your family's regular responsibilities this month and not replace it with anything but downtime, You might be inspired to slowly decrease other commitments throughout the year and take back some much-needed family time. Tip number 5, stay positive. Chaos can be the result of not only way too much going on in our world, but also being surrounded by continued pessimism. Many times, chaos not only comes from a person or a family simply doing way too much all at once and all the time, but also because of being tuned into negative vibes, naysayers, and negative influences on social media, on the news, internet, radio, and even folks at the bus stop. If this is contributing to some of the chaotic moments in your family's life, then try and disengage from the Eeyores of the world, and instead try and connect with the Pooh Bear and Piglets. And if that's not even possible, then stop and evaluate how you come across to your family and friends. Do you have a kind, encouraging word for others, or are you a bit too critical and judgmental? When we have a positive frame of mind, we tend to attract that into our lives, which in turn can result in more harmony and less friction for ourselves and our family. How do you combat the chaos in your family's life? Share your thoughts in the comments section at quickanddirtytips.com/mighty-mommy. Post your ideas on the Mighty Mommy Facebook page, or you can email me at mommy@quickanddirtytips.com and visit my family-friendly boards at pinterest.com/mightymommyqdt. And be sure to sign up for the upcoming Mighty Mommy newsletter, chock full of practical advice to make your parenting life easier and more enjoyable. I hope some of these tips will help cut back on some of your family's chaos. As always, thanks for listening, and until next time, happy parenting.